So I wanted to take a few minutes with this video to talk about 3 interesting PlayStation 5 stories, and if you could hit that like button on the video, thank you to those that do it, and as always, it's very much appreciated. Now, the 3 stories I want to cover in this video includes hype for God of War Ragnarok by Sony, Horizon 2 Forbidden West release was possibly up in the air for this year, and the latest news on the buyout wars between Sony and Microsoft that is getting a bit risky the more I think about it. First, let me know if you think Horizon 2 could slip past the late half of 2021 release. I think this game needs to drop later this year to go against Halo Infinite. It would either have to be Horizon 2 or God of War Ragnarok, and we've seen more of Horizon at this point, which makes it seem like the more likely candidate to release this year, but that's just how I see it. So comment below, do you think Horizon 2 could slip past this 2021 release or not? Let me know down in the comments below. Now, diving into the first story of the video, Horizon 2 Forbidden West. Reading from pushsquare.com, in terms of sequels, there's maybe only one that we're looking forward to more than Horizon Forbidden West, and that one's got Kratos in it. It sounds like the PlayStation 5 and PlayStation 4 sequel will delight series fans. The new areas that Aloy is traveling to, the tribes that she's meeting, and the stories that unfold, I got a primer on it all before recording for the game, where the writing team took me through the arc of the story, and it was like being a kid at a campfire. Beamed returning voice actress Ashley Birch as part of an interview with Games Radar. I'm just so excited for it. She continued, I'm also a fan, so I'll be recording sessions and we'll be recording a scene, and I'm like, I can't wait to do this fight, or I can't wait to explore this area. All of the things that people loved about Zero Dawn, the gorgeous world, the immersive story, the awesome gameplay. Forbidden West is just more and better. Birch added that progress on the project is ongoing despite CV saying, I have a recording session for Forbidden West later this week. She teased, it's going, it's still happening. Whether or not the title hits its previously announced 2021 release date, of course, it's up for debate, but it's good to know that the title is coming together and we can't wait to see more. So let's talk about the huge positive here first. Hearing that Forbidden West is what we loved about Horizon Zero Dawn, but more and better, is obviously very positive news. And I also like how excited she is to play the game herself as the voice actress. But now in terms of the release date, like I said before, God of War Ragnarok or Horizon 2 have to drop this year as the big holiday game to go against Halo Infinite, but how she says it's going, it's still happening, makes me wonder if there's the slight possibility that Horizon 2 might not release this year. I guess we'll see. Now, diving into the second story of the video, God of War Ragnarok hype. So, I didn't get a chance to cover this last week, but it was interesting to hear hype being pushed by Sony boss Herman Hultz for God of War Ragnarok. The PlayStation blog recently showcased its first-party studios developers' most anticipated games, and Sony Worldwide Studios boss Herman Hultz chose God of War Ragnarok as his most anticipated game, saying, playing God of War in 2018 was a great experience for me. The series has always had amazing action and combat, but the emotional depth Sony Santa Monica brought to Kratos' story as a father was very memorable, especially since my son was only a little bit older than Atreus when I played it. So to see and hear the reaction to the tiny glimpse we unveiled at the PlayStation Showcase last year was very exciting. I can't wait for people to see what Sony Santa Monica is making. So it's obvious he's seen the game at this point, and from the sounds of it, we should be seeing more of it this year, but to choose it as his most anticipated title is pretty big, considering he's the original head of Guerrilla Games, the people obviously behind Horizon Zero Dawn and Horizon Forbidden West. I feel like the next time we're going to see more of this game, and possibly Horizon 2, will be this summer, and that's not because I think both games are not releasing this year, that's why it's being showcased so late, but because Sony might want to focus on their first half of 2021 titles and their releases and promotions before focusing on the second half titles. But of course, we'll see how the upcoming few months turn out in terms of events. But you guys let me know if God of War Ragnarok is your most anticipated title for this year or not. Let me know down in the comments below. Now, diving into the final story of the video, PlayStation Xbox Studio buyouts are getting risky. So this is really more on Xbox at this point. When they bought Xenomax, that was such a huge deal. It caught everyone by surprise. It was, again, a huge deal. But at the same time, I thought, sure, Xbox needs to gain more exclusives for its lineup, but people really have to take in that if they do make those games exclusive to Xbox, then they literally have cut off a slate of games that were once available to multiple platforms and players down to one platform, again being Xbox. And if that does happen, I don't want to hear anyone talk about Sony being anti-consumer in regards to making a character or a mode exclusive to PlayStation. There is no argument here. If I only had a PlayStation console, would I rather have the option to be able to play the next Doom game missing a character, or maybe a mode is timed for Xbox, or not be given the chance to play the game at all? Again, there is no argument here. But to continue, I've also said that they should make those games exclusive to elevate the competition between both companies, being Sony and Microsoft, which still makes sense in my books. Since then, we've heard of Xbox buying Sega, and more recently Techland, again, the people behind Dying Light, and I'm talking about them now because they've been brought up once more in terms of being bought out by Xbox. Reading from pushsquare.com, the latest rounds of reports stem from a podcast named Defining Duke, in which one of the hosts hinted that Microsoft is in the market for another developer or publisher to shore up its software offering for 2021. While the presenter didn't elaborate, the host of a different Xbox podcast posted on Twitter that they're fairly sure it's Techland. So since these rumors started going around again, Techland's community manager said this on Twitter: "I'm getting a lot of DMs about Dying Light acquisition, so I'll answer here. There was the same rumor floating around the internet 1 year ago, and the situation didn't change. Techland is an independent studio, and it was not acquired by another publisher." Now, even though the community manager made this statement, people don't believe it, because why would they even admit to a buyout until the deal is sealed? Which makes sense. For me, however, I think this is getting a bit risky. The industry is looking at the possibility of having all major developers being owned by a few publishers. Sony is probably going to buy some studios to combat the Zenimax buyout made by Microsoft, but I'm wondering where this ends. Buying small or upcoming studios is one thing, but buying big, traditionally third-party developers like Bethesda or Sega is another. I'm just curious to see where this goes and how the industry turns out because of it. But you guys let me know if you think buying big third-party developers needs to stop, or do you think more of it needs to happen? Let me know down in the comments below. And if you guys did enjoy this video, please hit that like button, as it always helps, and subscribe if you're new. I got new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And now I'll check you guys out on the next one. And welcome back to the after show. This is the part of the video where we have a little fun down in the comments below. If you're old, welcome back. If you're new, welcome. For today's thing, what I want you guys to do is to body, obliterate, destroy, and overall harass the comment section with "The buyout wars continue." Obviously, this is in reference to what's going on between Microsoft and Sony. And if you're interested to see where this goes and how it turns out, destroy the comment section with "The buyout wars continue." And I'll definitely heart those comments like I always do, because I appreciate everybody who stays to the end of my videos. And now I'll check you guys out on the next one.